Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to America's most beloved Firehouse Morning Show. A cup of Joe and some Fuego.
Oh my God!
And good morning, Leatherhead Nation. Welcome back to A Cup of Joe and Fuego. It's that fast-moving, interactive show that brings members of this fire community together. Today is 5/14/2025. Let's find out what's going on in the world of firefighting. First, we got my boy Hank. I'm never going to say his last name again because I always butcher it. So we're going to call him just Hank from Newark, retired. Hank brings this one. It says, "Hey, Kubes. Hank from Newark here, loving the show, and I really enjoyed the last look back with Hash. Please keep up the great work, guys. Here's a look back to a job I caught in Newark on July 13th, 1980 at 22:47 hours. I was coming home from a two-bagger in a vacant factory in the ironbound section when box 1238 was transmitted for a fire at Orange and Norfolk Streets. The fire alarm office had received the street box in addition to multiple calls. That's always it, man. I was only 4 blocks away and I could see fire in the sky. I rolled in behind the first two engine and found 2 vacant 3-frame dwellings totally engulfed in fire with a serious flying ember problem. The first 2 engine put the tank into the deck gun to no avail. The conditions found in the attached photos pretty much shows conditions on arrival. An additional 2 engines and a truck was special called. It was only at this fire for about 15 minutes when I left to go to another job a half mile away and went to a 2-bagger. It's how it was during Newark's war years. I wish you all well. Be safe, stay low, and God bless. Hank, Newark Fire Department." Man, you could say that again. There is some fuego here, Hank. Woo, man. We got a new rating system on this show, man. That's something else. Yep. Beautiful. I'm going to put myself down here so I can do this. Yep. Nope, I can't put myself down there. I don't know why. Maybe from the beginning of the show I got to do it. I don't know. Anyway, there's a 4-bagger, man. That's some fire there. We're going to use the chicken rating system, bro. That gets 3 clucks, that one, bro. 3 clucks on that bad boy. A lot of fire there. So where are we going next? Okay, we are going to... Here we go. It says, "Hey, Kubes, saw the last show earlier today, and I forgot to submit this commercial fire December 20th, 2024. Left to right, my grandfather, mom's dad, a close family friend who belonged to our fire department, and my dad and myself. This was also my first fire as an interior firefighter. Matt Horvath, Dixon City, Pennsylvania, Eagle Hose Company, number 1. Good for you, Matt. I love this stuff. This is what we say when we say father, son, family. This is it, bro. You know what's so funny? We got something else from, we got another one shown in from Dixon City. I wonder if it's the same department from my boy Bill Belinsky. But we got to get to that. Anyway, this one comes from Matt Horvath, Eagle Company, Eagle Hose Company, number 1. I'll get it. Spit it out, Coops. There you go. All right, here we go again. Now we're going to Detroit. Detroit says, "Hey, Cubes, this is a photo of a POTA-size 1992 Pierce-D8000. This rig is still in service and has a killer Detroit diesel." Matt Alexander. I love Detroit. They go to a lot of work. In fact, we just got in touch with the guy who wrote that. I think that did that movie, the documentary Burn. We're going to have him on soon. But anyway, let's go to Dixon again. I think Dixon City. I don't know if this is the same one, but this is sort of like a father and son. But the father and son at a job. So it says, "Still photos from Dixon City garage fire. Me on the knob after my son Chase opened it up. Bill Belinsky." Great job. I have the video of the young Belinsky boy opening up like a can of tuna, bro, with the partner saw. We got a couple of pictures here. That might be the young Belinsky opening it up for his dad. Yep, there's some fuego there. Good job, Belinsky boys. Great job, Belinsky boys. Doing it. What was this last one that I put in now? I had an extra added addition picture. Where did I put it? I can't find it now. Oh, well, anywho. Oh, here it is. Yes. This is someone sent this in from Facebook. Sent it to me. And I thought last minute I would put this one up because it's Big Brother doing it, man. They said, "Is this Chief Steve?" I said, "Sure is. Deputy Chief Kubler at a JOB with some Fuego there. Still doing it. Back when he was a deputy chief in 14th Division in Queens. Thanks for sending that in. And here we go. It's that time again, that segment. What happened on this date in history? Fires in this date in history. And I found this one. It's an odd little one. But anywho, it is let's see if I'm pronouncing this correctly. The Geneko and Grilk fire on May 14th, 1964. Let me get rid of this picture here. On May 14th, 1964, about 10:30 a.m., the Geneko and Grilk Tanning Company at 27 Howley Street exploded. It was a 6-story frame building. Fire departments from 10 local communities aided in putting out the fire, which burned for hours. By noon, the roof had collapsed. Aerial water guns and water pressure lines were deployed. They used a water curtain to shield nearby factories from being engulfed. JB Hospital nurses Dorothy Ring and Laura Cody were on site to triage burn victims. There was $500,000 in physical damage. 5 men died that day. Giuseppe Cavallo, Paul Karen, Anthony Silva, John Vieira, and B. Robert Conway. 6 more men were seriously injured. On May 18th, Giuseppe Cavallo, Anthony Silva, and John Vieira were laid to rest in the funeral services, which began at the Portuguese-American War Veterans Post on Tremont Avenue, like the Bronx. 300 people marched behind the hearses to the funeral mass at St. Thomas the Apostle Church. The men were buried in St. Mary's Cemetery in Salem. Tough one, man. That's a tough one. We got quite a few pictures here. So, fires will always burn. We didn't start the fire, bro. Just like Billy Joel said, the world's been burning since the world's been turning. Woo! I love that. That could be a great shirt. The world's been burning since the world's been turning. Anyway, I had to look up what a tannery was because this was a tannery. Just for you guys that didn't know, Kubes is on the job, bro, doing it. A tannery is a place where animal hides are processed and transformed into leather. This process involves cleaning, tanning, and finishing the hides to make them durable and suitable for various applications like clothing, footwear, and furniture. So taking hides, man, must have had some stank on that fire, bro. Smell of dead things. Roofie would be right in there. Anywho, yeah, man. Yep, that's a good one. Yeah, that might get a two clucker for that one, Bob. 2 clucker on that job. All right, let's go to the videos, man. We got one first and foremost from the FDNY. Why? Because it's the greatest department on earth. I always say that. This one's coming in from first due footage at Cambria Heights, Queens, all hands fire by Grogan Films. We love Grogan. We worked with his father-in-law, Billy Hill, in the squad. Boys getting in the attic where it's coming out chunky monkey. It's coming out chunky monkey. All right, this one is the video that goes along with that fire with the Belinsky boys, father and son duo. I don't know how you guys don't send in more of these. If you're working with your son, man, you know what? I mean, I know like going to baseball games together as father and son, but fighting fire together, father and son, bro, should be sending these things off the hook. That's all I'm saying. Here it is. Chase Belinsky opening this thing up for his old man who's going to knock it down on the line. the Belinsky duo. We should sure to see them in. Louis and I will be in Harrisburg starting on Thursday, which is actually tomorrow. Oh, good. We should run into the Belinsky boys. We always do at that show. Great show. Come on down and see us. Have a cocktail at the booth, or maybe have a cocktail at a bar with us. Who knows? But we'll be there. You guys should be there too. Okay, last but not least, this was just after 11:24 on 3/13/25. Rescue Fire Company, along with multiple mutual aid departments, were alerted to an explosion in the area of Wood Duck Drive. Dorchester County Sheriff's Office arrived on the scene and advised Chief 1 to go to a second alarm. Chief 1 arrived to find the middle of the row of townhomes with the fire throughout an extension to both adjacent units. Engine 1-3 arrived. The deck gun was placed into service by the driver, and the crew pulled a 2-inch hand line. Good move. A lot of fire there, you'll see. Deck gun's a great way to knock it down and grab, big hose. A lot of fire, big hose, man. Big hose, big water. Tower 1 arrived and set up the aerial operations. Command advised all units that would be working in the defensive operations. Searches were completed in the adjacent homes. Those searches were all clear. As mutual aid departments arrived, they assisted in the fireground operations. The occupants were not home at the time of the incident. No injuries were reported. Units cleared the call around 3 a.m. The scene was then turned over to the Maryland State Fire Marshal's Office for an investigation. But I got to tell you, these guys, I know they said defensive. They were up in the attic, man. They were up in the attic, and there's a lot of fire here, man. So check this out. Maryland Brothers doing it.
Displaces 6 families in Dorchester County. Good evening. Thanks for joining us here at 6 tonight, everyone. I'm David Scott, in for Steve Hammond tonight. An investigation is now underway in Cambridge after that explosion that shook homes blocks away. Investigators tonight are still trying to figure out what caused it all. WBOC's Rachel Pierce spoke with victims who say the sound of the blast saved their lives.
This is what's left of a home after an explosion, a completely leveled home.
First alarm 1-6, report explosion, 400 Wood Duck Drive. Chief 1, 2325, receiving multiple calls. Only thing we have is 400 block of Wood Duck Drive, across the canvas back way, or Sketchy Court, caller by.
Second entrance to the top.
Can't see how good between nuts, like. Whip in here, drop it. Where is it? Oh, here. Turn to left. Hey, nobody goes inside without me.
51-1, respond to 5, Chief 51-1.
Nobody goes inside without me. Hey, 31. 31. Go to that compartment, give me a bar.
One 3 officer. Alright, hey.
Resources do you need in that building itself?
Chief, it's not big enough up for anywhere else. We got it.
Okay, I'm direct, you got it. They're for the resources for 405.
Yeah, man, that's a lot of things going on there, man. The integrity of the building, there was an explosion. You see the wires popping down there. The electric, that guy was cool as cucumber. Hats off to that officer. That's a lot of fire there. That's the 3 clucker. And one thing, though, that he misspoke, he took a messed up on. He said, no further resources. Dude, there's always room for 5 more guys from the squad in there. Remember that. How many more guys can you fit in there? At least 5 more squad members. And that will do it, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Please keep sending your stuff. And I can't tell you how important it is to keep this thing moving. The father, son, the history. I had a guy sending me, Steve Greps sent me something on the last segment that we did on what happened on this date. If you guys want any of this history or you like it, appreciate it, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, share, comment, do all that stuff. Send in the pictures. I didn't put it up. KUBESPODCAST@gmail.com. I'm tired of saying it. Keep doing it. Come on, guys, ladies and gentlemen. Where is my banner? Here it is. KUBESPODCAST@gmail.com. Keep sending it in. Also, before we go, the Salty Wire is back up with a brand new app. The app has been totally redone. It's awesome. You get to see any fire anywhere you are, where the hydrants are, what's going on, up to the second information on fire duty anywhere in the world, man, where you are. Plus, you get all new content from me and Louie on the Salty Wire. Let's see if this commercial is relevant.
The FireWire app is the go-to resource for all news and incidents in the fire and emergency services. The mobile app is here and available for download. This long-awaited update addresses a handful of concerns in regard to intermittent crashes, jurisdiction areas, map settings, notifications, and more. This iteration displays our newly designed user interface with the focus on expansion, as we want to cover your neighborhood, city, and county. Our goal is to provide our users with the most accurate and on-time information regarding emergency incidents, news, and knowledge on all things fire and emergency services. Our newest addition, in partnership with the Gettin Salty experience, brings you Salty Wire, where you can view never-before-seen premium content from Lou and Kubes and exclusive segments in various categories. Subscribe today on saltydogapparel.com.
So if you liked the content that we had, that my man Hank was talking about, that history with hair shaking, that's all over that, man. I think it's like $9.95 a month. That's nothing. You boil down a cup of coffee, wherever you're going. Cup of coffee at Starbucks anyway. $9.95. You get right into the fire scene, bro, with the Salty Wire, the Fire Wire, and the Salty Wire app. All right, guys, until next time, please keep sending the stuff in. Like, subscribe, share, comment, all that other crap. Love you guys. Please stay safe. As always, stay low and good.